Hello everyone, it's Dianne at Minerva. I hope you're all doing really well this week. And today I'm going to be sharing with you the summer range of patterns from Vogue. They are really beautiful. There are so many dresses to choose from, along with a few shirts and shorts and of course some vintage designs. We have everything you need here at Minerva with regards to fabrics and notions as well as the patterns. So don't forget to check out our huge selection. You can also get it discounted for a year at 10% if you join the Minerva Craft Club. Now I'm going to jump straight in with the first pattern. So first of all, it's pattern number 2103. Now this is a beautiful button down shirt style dress. So we have this flowing skirt. We have two lengths, a mini or midi. And of course it is belted. So while it buttons down the front, it does have this lovely collar. Now this only goes around the top because it is backless, as you can see in the line drawings. Now I think that is a really lovely feature of this dress for a summer dress, because we can have it take you through from workwear to evening wear. So you could wear a small open shirt over it in the summer for work days, or a blazer, short or a longer, more fitted blazer, and then take that off later on and you've got the perfect summer dress. So I think it's really pretty. It's average ability, so it would suit most people, but it has those nice design features that really make it stand out. Now I particularly love the one in the blue with the sheen on the cover, and if you'd like to recreate this look, you can take a look at our Minerva Core Range sateen fabric. I've included it here in this navy colour, but as you can see, there are other colours to choose from if this is not your particular neutral. So you could use this really as a backbone to your wardrobe for the summer, a dress like this, whatever your neutral may be in your colour palette, and then build around that with shirts and jackets and so on. I think it is such a smart dress. Now with regards to sizing, it is an 8 to 16 and then an 18 to 26, so it's a good size range. Now, as well as the collar and the button down details, there is also some boning, and view B has those patch pockets, so you can make it in either of the lengths, and that gives you that extra bit of versatility with this pattern for changing up the looks. A perfect one to get you started. Our next pick is 2104, and of course this one is a real special occasion dress. So we have this beautiful dress with the bias of flounce around the top, and I think that flounce really elevates this dress. It will be perfect for a summer wedding or baptism or something like that. Any event that you may have going on over the summer, this will help take you there. It would look beautiful in either a solid or a print. Do remember to check out our Minerva exclusive range of prints, and depending on your colour theme and type of print that you're looking for, you can use our search engine. Just select the boxes down the side of the screen to filter out what you want, or what you don't want actually. So we also have a fabric belt on this one with a buckle, and of course you can search for different types of buckle. If this is something that you would like to change up the look of your dress, you could also go for one with maybe diamante or different metal finishes. So do bear that in mind, as all these things will change the look of your dress, especially if you're going for a plain colour, such as making it in a black or a deep colour. You could go for something shiny on the belt, just to make that be the thing that stands out. So all things to bear in mind. Now with regards to a sizing on this particular pattern, it's 8 to 16 and then 18 to 26. So while this dress is close fitting, it does have these box pleats, the 3/4 length sleeve and some side seam pockets. So lots of details to keep you busy, and the finished dress is really going to be one that wows. Fabrics, again, we can use a sateen, a wool blend, or maybe a linen for this particular dress. Now this next pattern, 2105, it has a more fitted silhouette. So if that flowing look, full skirt is not your thing, this might just be the one for you. So this is a close fitting lined shift or sheath dress. It has a deep V front. We also have the fabric belt again. to accentuate the waist. It has an invisible back zip and a vent to the bottom of the dress. Now it's averageability again. The sizing is 4 to 12 and then 14 up to 22. Now this particular dress is not suitable for diagonal, so that's something to bear in mind when you're thinking about your fabric choices. You can also make it with the longer sleeved version. So I think these two dresses, if you look at the images, the sleeveless or the long sleeve give a very different look. And also depending if you go for a plain in one and a print in the other, it would be hard to believe that they were the same pattern because it can really change how this dress looks. And of course you don't have to make the belt, you could leave the belt off if you want to change the look in that way. Now fabrics for this one are a ponte, a knit, a crepe, or maybe a linen. Now this next dress, 2106, has a beautiful bubble hem. This reminds me of some dresses that I used to wear that we used to refer to as puffball skirts. I don't know if any of you remember that, but I loved that style of skirt. It gives such a pretty silhouette. And we've also got that gathered detail to the sleeve. Now it's a purchased clasp fastener at the front, and then we also have this deep V at the back with ties. There is an invisible zip closure. We also have that belted detail at the waist, and in this lovely buttery lemon colour, I think it is so pretty. Of course you could use different fabrics, but I think a plain solid colour really shows off the details on this dress. Now the sizing is 6 to 14 and then 16 to 24. It's an average ability dress, and I think although it looks quite complicated with that bubble hem and that full sleeve, it is really something that most people could have a go at, and you really get a statement dress. Now you can make it in the shorter length or the longer length and go for something more neutral if you'd like a more conservative look. Go for the midi length and a really bold pattern if you have like a party or something like that in mind to wear this dress to. Either way, I think it is a beautiful summer dress option. Next we have pattern number 2107, and this is one of my favourites of this particular selection. I love that you can make view A and view B look totally different. So if we look at the images, for the white one, the shorter length, we have this really simple summer dress look with some nice details. So both versions have this ruffle detail going across the off the shoulder look with the spaghetti straps. There is a boning and we have a tie belt. And of course, both have this lovely skirt, flowing skirt, but we have a tier on view B. Now I think this makes it look more like a special event or evening dress. And if you're interested in recreating that look of this particular one with the floral fabric, I'm going to insert some of our Minerva exclusive floral prints just here so that you can see what kind of look you can go for. Now if you're wanting particular colours, remember to filter the colours, the pattern, the fabric type on the website to find exactly what you need. Now sizing is 6 to 14 and then 16 to 24. It has a zip closure on the dress and the body is lined. It also has boning, so a lined boned bodice as well, just to give you that little bit of extra structure. So fabrics, we can go for a crepe, a cotton lawn, a lightweight jacquard or any other cotton blend. Here we have pattern 210A, and this is a real special dress. So this particular dress is a gown. It's by Bajli and Mishka. I hope I've pronounced that name correctly. A really stunning evening gown. It could be a bridal gown or a prom dress or a bridesmaid dress or just an evening gown for that special event if you have something of that nature coming up. Really beautiful. We have self flowers and bows at the shoulder. So these could be created using the fabrics, or you could buy ready purchased ones if that's what you'd like to do. We also have an overlay of tulle, or you could use a beaded mesh. So if you want to go for something more shimmery, something with maybe inset stones in it, you could go for that. Do bear that in mind for the overall finish. When you're looking at fabrics for underneath, we're looking at a chamoose or maybe a crepe de chine. Now the sizing is 6-14 or 16-24. I think we have a little bit more of an in-depth dress here, mainly because of the layers and the handling of the delicate fabrics. We could go for a crepe de chine or a chamoose for the underneath fabric, and then for the overlays, as I said, a tulle or maybe a beaded mesh. Now we have adjustable straps on this particular dress. The overlay is left with a raw finish, and then there is a horsehair braid on the underneath skirt. This one will make a real impact, and I also think it would make a stunning wedding dress. For this next pattern, 2109, we have another gown. It is a beautiful fitted gown with a sweetheart neckline. We have princess seams and then puff sleeves which go to elbow length. There is also an invisible zipper. Now view B has a contrasting overlay with a scalloped trim which can be purchased separately. Now for the overlay, we're looking at something like a tulle. It can be embroidered or beaded. We could also choose a lace or an organza for this. Now this pattern also has separate cup sizes from an A through to a D, and the sizing is 6-14 and then 16-24. For the main fabric, you may wish to choose a crepe, a satin, or maybe a taffeta. I think this is another beautiful dress for wedding wear or bridesmaids or prom, and also flower girls. A beautiful gown, and I'm sure you'll agree, a perfect one for a special occasion. Next up we have pattern number 2111, and this is a jumpsuit. So if all those skirts and dresses were not quite your thing, but you still like something to take you through to the evening wear season, something special for a special event, this might be the one for you. So it is a button down. It has caped sleeves if you wish to add them. So these are something you can add on extra and make in a chiffon or a georgette, but you don't need to add those on if you wish to leave them off. You can also add the detail with the purchased trim. So as you can see in the images, there are certain points where we add in that trim just to elevate the jumpsuit a little. If you'd like to leave it off and make it in something simple for the summer days, you can do that of course. Your fabric choices make all the difference. Now sizing is a 4-12 and then a 14-22 on this particular pattern. Why not go for a tweed or a boucle or a cotton blend? Of course the time of year that you're making it for will depend on this. Maybe something lighter for the summer months as it is a summer pattern, and then save up your tweeds and your boucles for the autumn winter months. Now, in addition to opening down the front, we also have that patch pocket detail on this particular jumpsuit. I think it is a really lovely pattern and something a little bit different if you want to move away from the dresses. This next pattern, 2120, is perfect for making a complete summer wardrobe for yourself or any member of your family. So here we have a shirt with short or long sleeves, so we have the variation there. Button down with a collar, it has a yoke back with a box pleat, and we also have optional side vent details. Then we have the shorts or pants, trousers you may call them, and these can be made in a smart fabric or something more casual. Again, we have the pockets and pleats. There is also a belt that matches. It has a traditional zip fly and button opening. So lots of items you can make there to see you through the summer months with this one pattern. So I think this is a real bargain one. Now the fabrics that you choose will depend on which elements of the pattern you are making. So we can go for shirtings, cotton blends, or poplin for the top. And then of course we can go for chino, twill, gabardine, linen for the trousers or shorts. So lots to keep you going there. I think this is an excellent value pattern and one really worth adding to your collection. It's an averageability, so most people could have a go at this. Nothing too tricky. If you're uncertain about button and buttonholes and the zip fly, they are the main elements to watch out for on this one. So depending on whether you're making for yourself or a friend or a family member, do check the sizing. So again, it's 34 to 42 and then 44 to 52. So you'll need to check the pattern measurements and measure yourself completely before attempting the shirt or the trousers. These can sometimes vary, I find, especially when you're working on a pattern that has multiple elements to it. So do check your sizing thoroughly. Now finally, I have this one. It is 2122 and this is a reproduction pattern by Dianne von Furstenberg. It is a 1970s knit jacket, belt, top and skirt. So as this is a reproduction pattern, we have the additional sizing and cutting layout information on this one. So these are really nice that these include these added extras. Now the jacket is a semi-fitted hip length jacket with a collar and band, button front closing. We also have the option of the sleeve length and both are tucked into a button closing cuff. We then have this fitted top, a skirt and a belt. So it's a really good value pattern. Another one for making all those summer items for your wardrobe. And of course, depending what fabrics you make it in will affect the look. You can bring it up to date or you can keep it looking more traditional and 1970s with those fabric choices. So the style of the skirt is flared and it sits just below the knee. The top has a scoop neckline with cutaway armholes, so it's just a pull-on top, nice and simple. So that is one that we could make in a range of fabrics and would just go with jeans and all kinds of things. Skirts, shorts, see you through the summer in solids and pattern fabrics. Sizing is 8 to 16 and then 18 to 26. In regards to fabric, you're looking at stretch knits only, so single cotton knits or lightweight double knits for this. I think you'll agree that we've got a range of separates here that would go with lots of things in our wardrobe. So although it's a 1970s reproduction, the looks are pretty timeless and classic. So I think you could mix and match these with quite a number of items you already own. Sizing is 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. Well, I hope you've enjoyed looking through those patterns today. I think there are some stunning ones to choose from, something for everyone. A lot of the dresses are really versatile, so do remember that although the cover art may look pretty formal on a few of them, if you make the shorter length version, make them in a simple fabric, they will see you through the summer, but you do have that formal pattern in your stash for when something special comes up. Remember to take a look at our full range of fabrics and notions here at Minerva. We have a wonderful range to choose from, not only our core range and our range from other designers, but our exclusive prints. So remember to use the toolbar to check down the side, search for your patterns, colours and themes, and you'll find everything you need. You can also get 10% off if you join the Minerva Craft Club, and this will last for a whole year. You can also create a free account with us and sharing with your makes and looking for future inspiration with our wonderful online sewing community. I hope to be back soon with more sewing inspiration for you, but that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.